Hey everybody, Big D here on Big D's Fig Farm. It's September the 25th, and we've been running high 70s, mid 70s, down in the 60s at night. A lot of the figs have slowed down big time, but then there's some varieties that are just now starting to ripen up. And this here is my, got in my wagon here, my Black Madeira KK. I've gotten probably a dozen off of this year, figs already, but quite a number of them on there right now are starting to turn, starting to get to the ripening phase here. Looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them on there that I'll be watching. And got a couple long dukes here ripening up. They'll be ready in another day or so, starting to hang some. And then earlier I was over here in my Azores Dark. Pick this Azores Dark off of here. You see the Azores Dark, man, it's a good variety. It's pretty vigorous, pretty early. It's in the Mount Etna family. I think I know we did a video on it, but you know, not huge figs, but nice tight eye. This is a really ripe one. Got berry chase to it. Things like that. Good. Well, a couple of Teramo is ripening some. Teramo's got a couple. I picked a few off there earlier that are ripening up. Picked a couple Olympians. A couple Chicago Hardy. I've got a Peter's Honey starting to get close over there. Another Peter's Honey. This is what I thought was my Italian 258. It's about done. It's got one more left on there. But I've come to the conclusion this is in fact not an Italian 258. A couple reasons. One, the figs do not look like Italian 258s. If you've been following me, you know that that's the case. That I thought it was a 258. I bought it as 258. But this sometimes happens when you're buying figs. That's why it's important to buy your figs from a reputable seller. But even then, sometimes they can get mixed up, especially somebody doing a lot of volume of different varieties of figs. I mean, it happens. It is what it is. Here's what I can tell you about this fig. I don't know what it is yet. I'm trying to figure it out. But it's a delicious fig, man. So whatever the mistake, I'm okay with it because it's really good. I just got to figure out what I think it might be. But they stay yellow. This one's more green than the other ones have been, but they've been staying yellow. Somebody said they thought it was a Peter's Honey, but I'm not sure I agree there. So here's my Peter's Honey over here, and you see these figs are much more glossy than the ones over there on that 1, 2, 3 tree. I'll call it now because it's not a 258. The ones on Peter's Honey are more glossy. I had someone else bring me, a friend of mine, Dan Callahan, brought me a small Italian 258, though he said he's not proofed it yet by ripening any fruit on it yet. He bought it from somebody he thinks is trustworthy. And here it is here. This is my 258, and the leaves are very different. Very different on this one than on, I mean, look at that, it's almost a 7. You've got the 2 canicles back there, and you get 2, 2, 1. About 7, even on the small, you know, you got all of those. And I don't have that on the one over there that I thought was a 258. It's primarily a 3 lobe, sometimes a 5 lobe. I'll show you. So this is what this leaf looks like. It's primarily 3. Sometimes it might barely show you a 5, but it's definitely not a 7. So definitely not a 258 if that over there is in fact a 258, which I think it is. So we're not really sure what this is. As you compare the leaves to the Peter's Honey, even this looks very different. This looks more like 1, 2, clearly 5 lobes, or 4 to 5 on every one of them. So the leaves don't match up with that either. So I don't think it's a Peter's Honey. So we'll keep hunting, trying to figure it out. It's a good fig, that's what I can tell you. It is really delicious fig. whatever it is when we figure it out. So I'll just give you a little update here on the fig farm. Things are still happening. A little slower, but still happening.